Yeah. RBG. PK RBG. Yeah. Yeah.
Red,
Yeah.
black,
Yeah.
green.
Yeah.
Go.
Go. Empty the trash, forget the past, get to the path, get to the bag, rep for the flag, now is your chance to level up. What are you doing? We are the movement, others are losing, sisters and brothers, under one union, no one can ruin our chance to level up. Empty the trash, forget the past, get to the path, get to the bag, rep for the flag, now is your chance to level up. What are you doing? We are the movement, others are losing, sisters and brothers, under one union, no one can ruin our chance to level up. Black power meditations, black flowers melanated. They trapped the whole generation, now we back, fully dedicated. Black money circulating, entrepreneurs in the making. Open the door, we breaking. Open the door, we breaking. Yeah, we here for the payday, reimbursed for the slave trade. Sleep in peace to the name slave, pouring libation for the grace made. Not a free round, don't come round us. Gotta have heart and be bout it. If we connect, we can tower. Money, respect, then come to power. RBG flag in the air. You better know you been here first. If we gon' rep for the fan, you need to release all the fear first. If they want war, we go war. Let it off door to door, raise a fist for the cause. Days are sitting up gone, pain's been hitting too long. Games fixing too long. Take your rights, but you wrong. Take a life and live long. They make it break the laws. You gotta take what's yours. Cause we got living this. They don't give a shit. You can eat a little bit, or you could be lit in this. Empty the trash, forget the past, get to the path, get to the bag, rep for the.
All right, family, peace. Greetings. Welcome to another edition of Baba TV. Every time fire. And before the lens of Baba TV, this is the first time I have ever had a live stream with a bunch of brothers on here at one time. This is my first time doing this, and it's my absolute honor and privilege to have the RBG hosted by none other than my brother Shango from Buffalo. He called me the other day and said, brother, I need you to do this live stream with us. And of course, that was it for me. Shango called me, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. I would like for Shango to first bring our brothers on, one at a time, and get the viewers of Baba TV acquainted with everybody, sir.
Mm-hmm. Peace and love, family. Welcome, Black. Glad to be Black on Baba TV, man. It's always a pleasure when Baba give me the opportunity to, talk my gangster, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But, like he said, man, I gotta, I'm not coming solo no more. You know what I'm saying? I got brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, that's with us. So, the faces that you see is just a couple of my Team RBG comrades, just coming, that's took time out their day to come and chop it up with, the legendary Baba TV. You know what I mean? So, I can introduce them and I can get them all praises in the world, but nobody does it better than them. So we just gonna go with my brother Patah. Where you from, where you at, what you represent.
Race first, RBG Patah. I'm in Brooklyn. I represent RBG. I represent the red, black, green, whatever, no matter what you want to call it. That flag that the brothers see, that's what I rep all day, every day. And I want to make it clear, I am a black nationalist. I am not a socialist. I am a nationalist.
That's right.
I stand behind that Kwame Nkrumah. I stand with that Kwame Ture. I stand with that Malcolm X. I most definitely stand with Denmark Vesey. If you don't know who that is, Google him.
That's right.
Black
and the
power.
Honorable Marcus Musai Garvey. I share.
Always.
I share. Brother Sundiata, man. Who you and where you coming from? Your microphone.
Can't hear you, fam.
Yeah, there we go. I was still on code. Salute to everybody with the Z, like my brother Malik Kalam say. I represent Team RBG. I represent Red, Black, and Green. I represent the Vengers. Put your V's up in the air. I represent Outlaw RBG, and I represent the combination of all of us coming together. You know what I mean, to make sure that we create this nation that we obviously gonna need. We need right now. We need right now in real time. We need that. So I represent that music, infotainment, and just bringing that information to the people and bringing the solution of revolution as it's needed. You know what I'm saying? And
that's right.
Yeah.
Salute,
That's
man. Zoot, man. That's what's up, man. Last but not least, man, one of my big brothers, man. This brother have been, a guide, you know what I'm saying, since we put this thing together, man. You need people like, Baba Obawajumi, you know what I'm saying? So where you from, Baba, and tell the people, what you represent.
My name is Obawajumi Obolafia Olayinka. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the 215, better known as the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection amongst African people, of course. Basically, I represent RBG. I'm a proud member of Team RBG.
That's right.
This is a way of life for me. This is not something that is a passing fad or things of that nature. I was born and raised in this movement. And so I have a direct tie to our destiny and our fate as a people, so either we gonna sink or we're gonna swim together. And that's what I'm about. And I'm very happy to be here today on Baba TV, represent Team RBG, and definitely looking forward to talking more about our mixtape project that is available now on www.teamrbg.com, and that is RBG Gumbo Mixtape Volume 1.
Go get it. Go get it.
I'm looking forward to talking about that some more.
Go get it. And let me say this, man. Y'all see these fresh hats we wearing and shit, man. We got a comrade Mental Son, man. Y'all look him up, man. Y'all could get fresh like us. You know what I'm saying? Now I can't guarantee you part of the team, but you gonna be looking like one. You know what I'm saying? So go check him out, man. Go get his stuff, man. He has all kinds of Khaled shirts y'all need, all kinds of Rebel shirts y'all need, camouflage, man. What the brother don't got, man. So take your time out, man. Go to his website. Y'all see it right here, Artifacts. And go get something from this brother, man. Recycle this dollar. This is what Team RBG is promoting. We promoting recycling of the dollar. And if you want to get fresh to death, we know somebody that can hook you up, man. So tap in.
Hey, let me add to that. For those who know, he do custom work and is direct to garment. Direct to garment. It ain't gonna peel. Right. I'm wearing one of his shirts from my solo jaw. Direct to garment. And I've had it for 3 years and it's still looking good. So
that's come on, man. See, that's what we're talking about. Man. We talking about bartering, sharing things, man. We coming with a new wave today, but before we get started, man, Team RBG is a conglomerate of brothers from different states that just decided to get together, to make sure that we carry on the legacy of what this RBG was about, what it could be, and what it will be, if that makes sense. But when we do our meetings and when we conduct ourselves, before anything, we always take time to honor and praise our elders and ancestors. And our ancestors the most because, those are the shoulders that we stand on, So, even in life, we have to do right because we are a reflection of our ancestors, right? So we always open up with libation. We always open up with that aspect. It doesn't have to be anything to be with Christian or Muslim. We don't even deal with religion in a sense, but we do honor those who came before us, right? So I'm gonna just take the time. We can take maybe 5 or 6 minutes and we do this real quick libation. We are brought here together on the heels of our ancestors and in the shoulders of our ancestors, and in doing so, it is only proper that we remember our ancestors in their original form. One way that we practice as Africans as remembering our ancestors is we always always speak their names. We always remind ourselves that they were once here, and that the lessons in the education and all the degrees that they gave us allow them to live on, right? So it's not like I take information from my mama Bert Ashe and not mention her, So we just gonna take a couple quick second to take some time and say the names of our ancestors, say the names of those who came before us and made sure that they lay down the blueprint so we can do the groundwork, right? So I'm gonna start off with Baba Marcus Musiah Garvey, Ashe.
Ashe. Nat Turner.
Huey P. Newton.
Ashe.
Khaled Muhammad. Come on, y'all say it.
Ashe.
Y'all say it with me. Harriet Tubman. Come on. Denmark Vesey. Dessalines.
Jacques Dessalines.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, throw them out with me, man.
Gabriel
Ida B.
Prosser.
Wells. Ashe.
Yahya Ashanti-Wa.
Yes, sir, man. Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark. You know what I'm saying? Come on. We got legends
Mama
over
Fannie
there
Lou
on the other
Hamer.
side.
Malcolm X.
That's right. Y'all say it to yourselves, the viewers.
Mama Fannie Lou Hamer.
That's right.
I said.
Come on. Say it, man.
And Kwame
Mama Harriet Tubman.
That's right. Speak their names.
Ashe, Denmark Vesey.
Yes, sir. Speak their
Kwame
names.
Ture.
What about Barashango?
Mama Yai Santua.
Ashe. We just lost George Foreman. Like, come on, George Foreman. Ashe. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Tupac Shakur. Ashe. We got a lot of them on the other side, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ashe.
That's right. Ashe. Ashe.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So now, this is the time where we reflect
Malik
our
Kalam, Biz Bronze. Yes,
our
sir.
personal elders, our the elders and the ancestors that we knew, that we touched, that we ate with, that we cried with, we laughed with. These are the time to reflect them, So let us take a time to reflect on those personal ancestors whom we shoulder stand on. Ashe. Sister Bert. Ashe. Brother
Ashe.
Lord. Come on, scream.
Ashe. Grandma Mildred.
Ashe.
Ashe. Sam Brown Jr.
Ashe. Brother Twig.
My mother and father's. Chief Obalumi Gunsheye and Yamumi Ogundaizu. My brother Omori Shalai, Johnny Olayinka. My grandmother, Melissa Alexina White Fernandez. My grandfather, Ebenezer Fernandez. My uncle, Ebenezer Fernandez Jr. My other uncle, George Fernandez.
That's right.
My aunt, Florence Fernandez. Early. My other aunt, Lois Fernandez.
Ashe.
My grandmother,
Prince. Ashe.
Richard Johnson, my grandfather.
Grandmother Lily Mae Oliver. My great grandmother, Dorothy McDonald.
That's right. That's right. And those ancestors who are remembered and forgotten, we just want to get one Ashe. Ashe. Black power. We just got a special one in here, man. It just popped up on here, man. Now this brother got he got a family, he got a baby on the way, man, and he still find time to put in his work, man. I would love to give this brother an introduction myself, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let Brother Obal Femi, you know what I'm saying, be his humble, because he's going to always come humble. He's not going to give you the war stories you need to know, right? He's going to be modest.
On the mic.
You know what I'm saying? And he's going to say his piece. Brother, where you coming from? You know what I'm saying? And what you represent?
Peace, bro. Peace. Peace to all the brothers on here, man. Peace to
Race
Baba
first,
TV.
family.
Race first. What's going on, man? Yeah, brother Obafemi, Kensie Delele, Pine Bluff, Arkansas RBGs, Team RBG, MCE, GSC, Community Gardens, man. We putting in the work, man. That's what we do.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's man.
That's
Over
right.
Garvey.
That's right. So y'all see this YouTube world. This is what it looks like when people from different states come together and plan some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to call these brothers my brother. You
For
know,
sure.
I had a, you know, to be honest with you, I had a lonely life before I met my comrades, man. And I felt like that we established not just the organization that would last forever, but a relationship that would last forever. You know what I'm saying? So, don't let the gray hair fool y'all, man. These brothers is tight, man. I'm trying to tell you, these brothers is tight, man. So, we just gonna go along with the show, and hopefully y'all in the YouTube world, you know what I'm saying, enjoy us. Hopefully y'all, get the impression that RBG is not dead, man. You know what I'm saying? We got brothers that still wave that flag.
Dead.
You know what I'm
Who
saying?
said that?
Yeah, we ain't deceased in no way, man. You know what I'm saying? And just be lookout for that energy, because that energy is live and it's coming, man. It is coming. Are y'all ready for just a red, black, and green world, man? It's coming.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? But let us get on our scheduled program. We want to discuss the album. Team RBG. I don't know what, 4 months in. You know what I'm saying? What? Hold up. We going first. I see Sonny. Let's deal with the mission statement first, and what Team RBG is about before we go into the projects and that which we did, right? So, anyone want to read the mission statement?
Yeah, man. So Team RBG's mission is to culturally connect with and empower our youth through the 9 areas of people activity to help facilitate African sovereignty. So if you don't know what the 9 areas of people activity are, we talking about these coming from our esteemed elder and ancestor,
Neely Fuller.
Yeah, Neely Fuller, and also Dr. Welsing spoke on this as well. But those 9 areas are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Sometimes people add in health as well, but all areas of people activity we talking about, helping to empower and connect with our people, especially our youth. So that's the mission for Team RBG.
Well, any other comrades want to speak on that? The mission, our mission. Just want to add on.
I'll speak on it real quick.
Yes,
we in a time right now in real time where you might be nervous about what's happening, and if you're not associated with a proper organization who has foresight, vision, clarity, solution-based, you know what I mean, a place for you, a specific spot where you can do what you need to do, then you're not, I could see why you might be a little bit afraid or frightened.
Yes,
but listen, that right there is just that nudge in you. And when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Here's the teachers. And if you listening and you watching, then you that student who is ready, and you need to come link up, get your information right, get your books together, get your spine right, and understand you're not alone. RB, like my brother said, RBG has never died. It's never dead. It's over 100 years, and it was the strongest force when Marcus Garvey brought it in, you know what I mean, in this country, and had the solution, and has always been the solution. So if you're nervous about what's about to happen, you're a little bit invested into this society as it is, understand you have a place now. Come look at us, study, join, pick up the book, pick up the gauntlet with us, and create the new nation that is going to be your salvation. We ain't waiting for some savior from the sky to come. We created it, and we have it here for you. So that's what Team RBG can do for you. Don't be scared. Ain't none of us over here shook. We've been ready. What he say? You ready? Been ready.
Been
what
ready.
He say?
Right.
Been ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you've seen the spooker set by the door, you know what I'm talking about. And that's what we on. So come holler at us.
Yes, right. Yeah, don't stay safe, stay dangerous. That's right.
Dangerous. Shout out to Nick.
I like that. So anybody else want to speak to that point, man? I thought that was an excellent point. We building on the mission statement.
The youth are the answer. They're the key. And so it was intentional in the establishment of Team RBG that we focus on the youth and their development, their growth, their prosperity. And the reason being is because the youth have been maligned and put into a particular category that's unfair. So we want to really concentrate and focus on the youth because they are our future. And if they are our future, then you have to leave them in a better position than the position that we're currently in. It's that simple, you know. A lot of us on this call are fathers, you know what I mean? Grandfathers, you know. So we have to always be mindful of our children, and we want them to have a better future than we had. So we want to teach them, we want to develop them, we want to prepare them to be responsible handlers of power, as Dr. Clark said. And to be a responsible handler of power, you have to have something empowering to hand over to your children when that time comes. So that's what Team RBG is about, developing the type of environment where our children could be responsible handlers of power and handle that when the time comes, where they will be self-determining, self-defining, and be able to be in a position of leadership to guide us into the future. Because right now it does look bleak, it looks bad, and we've survived worse. You know, this ain't the first time, and it probably won't be the last time. But at the same time, we can't just rest on our laurels and things of that nature. Because if we do, if we give up, if we actually surrender, then we won't live to see the end of the 21st century. So we're striving to continue to do this work in the name of our children and their children and their children's children, the unborn, you know, because it's intergenerational. So, you know, we want to pass on something where as though they'll be in a much better position.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do agree. Anybody else want to speak on the point of the mission statement and where we going as Team RBG? Well, let me say this, that, you know, shout outs to Ascari X and Ansar X. You know, these are the brothers, these are our fathers who came up with this whole RBG ideology in Oakland back in 89, 88. You know, if y'all old enough, y'all remember Righteous Black Guerrilla, RBG, Righteous Black Guerrilla. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to them. You know, I feel like we're, you know, we carrying on the legacy. You know, we're trying to make this thing better. But essentially, RBG was kind of set up to attract the youth. You know, RBG comes with many acronyms. Revolutionary but Gangster, Real Black Girls, Writer's Basic Guideline, Read About Garvey, and so forth. You know what I mean? And all of those paraphrases was designed to attract the youth, to attract the young ones. You know, having an organization, just a particular order that speaks the language of the youth is so vital in our community, as we know that the Panthers, these were 16, 17-year-old kids who started, you know what I'm saying, a legacy, you know, a foundation in which we stand on today. You know, so it's always important to attract the youth. You know, I think that's why our mission statement was designed that way, you know, because above all things, we are looking for the next generation to carry this torch. So there's no RBG gatekeeping here. You know, this is, you know, Team RBG is for, you know, college kids. This is for, you know, the church going person, long as you put, you know, race first. You know, that's just the phrase of race first. You know what I'm saying? So our mission statement is definitely something that me personally hold value. You know, I hold our mission statement as a high standard because, you know, that statement we got to live out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, give praises to those who came before us, such as Ascari X, who gave us this notion. But, you know, throughout this interview, throughout this build, you know, I'm gonna just be, you know, just shouting out people, peace to Baba Imhotep, in the Race First organization he has. Brother has been doing phenomenal work every year trying to keep us aware, and this is what Team RBG is about. It's about, helping out the collective. We didn't have to be part of your team to give you no help or to render help. We don't harbor no ill will towards any group. You know what I'm saying? We want to work with every group. You know what I'm saying? That's on some Black power and seeing, our people be in a better position than they in now. So, that's my piece when it comes to the mission statement. Anybody else want to speak on the mission statement before we move on?
Yeah, one thing about the mission statement is that, Shango invited people to come out and learn, possibly participate in Team RBG. If you do pay attention to the mission statement, you shouldn't join any organization, anything without understanding the mission statement. Once you understand the mission statement, you can understand the direction, and understand the direction to tell you how to participate. So don't come to Team RBG having a bunch of hangups and not understanding the mission statement. You need to understand the mission statement, because everybody on this panel stands on and behind and for that mission statement.
Yep. Tell the truth. And let's keep it funky. It's not easy to get in Team RBG. You know what I'm saying? There's a vetting process that we got. You know what I'm saying? There's a code, a study. You ain't just walking up in here just representing Team RBG, man. My elder told me, you want to be part of this, we're gonna have to beat the nigga out you. You know what I'm saying? And that's not physical. Don't take it as it being physical, but it's that mentality that we all, that we all from one time to another suffered from. You know what I'm saying? So, this time coming around, Team RBG, we want an organization that's kind of, focus on our security, focus on, who are those we working with. We ain't working with nobody who, touch children, you know what I'm saying, or who can't be around women, you know what I'm saying, or just what Garvey said, everybody not good for Africa type of mentality, you know what I'm saying. So that's what Team RBG is kind of structured like, man. If you want to be part of this and put in the particular work that we got coming, of course you got to be expected to go through some courses, some vetting system, who you is, skills assessment. We want to know what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to organize talent as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's a new thing, man, coming. You know what I'm saying? This is a new vibe, a new energy. You know what I'm saying? And as we grow, it's going to be like a snowball that, it can't be just disregarded or, just a side note, those teams. Nah, man, nah. We not moving like that. You know what I'm saying? So, our mission statement is definitely something that, we suggest everybody read before, think about getting into anything. You know what I'm saying? But that's my piece. Anybody else on the mission statement?
Yeah, man. I just add on. You're right. The vetting of our organizations and who in the organization is important across the board, no matter what organization you are part of. If you are a part of an organization that you didn't have to do nothing but fill out an application to be a part of, and it's supposed to be Black nationalist or Pan-African, you might want to question that organization, that integrity. You understand what I'm saying? Because if anybody can just walk in there and all they got to do is fill out an application and you in, you already compromised
already.
And the organization itself probably won't last long because you don't know who you got. You don't really know what you're working with. You know what I'm saying? So we took time to develop and work this process. It ain't a well-oiled machine, but it's moving. And you know what I'm saying? We got some processes in place to where we took that into account. A lot of us have had experiences with other organizations and done research, and just understand how we've organized through history. and how to utilize some of that in today's terms as we move forward. Shango, you've talked about this before. This is the first time that an organization has been built or structured or developed using social media as its primary platform to bring the people together. You know what I'm saying? So, we this is a tool that we're using, but the parameters behind this are real time. Like the implications behind what we're doing is real time. So yeah, we own virtual, but we it's springtime right now.
Right.
So that the boots on the ground is about to get cracking too.
Get cracking. That's right. Ashe. Go ahead, Sonny. I don't want to talk over you.
No, I was just saying truth to what he was saying.
Yeah.
I want to add that if you had the opportunity, you know how people say, if you had the opportunity to get in Bitcoin when it was cheap, and you mean, would you do it again? Well, this is what that is. If you had the opportunity to get in with Marcus Garvey when he first started it, and then became the biggest conglomeration of Black folk at his time when it was extremely dangerous to do that. This is that point. This is that point. So if you feel like, you know what I mean, well, y'all ain't all together. No. We in a building process. And this building process means that you can come in and go through what you got to go through, but then add to it. You know what I mean? As the gods on the earth say, shout out to the gods on the earth, give your plus degrees. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's input is a necessity. And we listen, we take heed, we apply that. You know what I mean? And if there's something that we've already done, we let you know. If it's something that we haven't, okay, thank you for that information. Let's get to it. So you will not be sitting there just, you know what I mean? Unless you want to be quiet, but you still got to put that work in. You could be quiet, but you got to put that work in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? The more quiet you are, the more work you got to put in on this social media. That's what I got to say about that.
Great point. Let me say this too, that Team RBG is not structured in leadership. Like there's no leaders to Team RBG. Everything is a diplomatic vote. You know what I'm saying? Ideas come from the top. Ideas come from the bottom. They go up and down. And everybody, if the majority agree on the idea, then that's the move that we make. So there's no dictatorship right here. There's no, charismatic leader who's wants to, sway you this way and that way, right? So a lot of our order is built on the conditions in the communities that we from, right? I'm from Buffalo. It snows and get cold as hell here, but it don't get cold in Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? So my adaptability to my surroundings, you know what I'm saying, has to be different, right? Yeah. But now how you organize that with a bunch of people who has this different environments. That's what Team RBG is about. That's what we're doing, the collective. Now, we got organizations who want to protest, stand up there, God will Black Power, we gonna buy the gun and not. Nah, that ain't what we dealing with. Team RBG is more of a community organization. We're focused on more of the community work, what we call the YNs in the community, our elders, those who need, just the basic necessities to function as a community is the things that Team RBG focus on. We got a 12-12 initiate, and that's something in itself that needs a radio show or a show in itself. So hopefully on a later date, Baba TV can bring us Black on here and we can go ahead and do the 12-12 thing. But there's a whole bunch of things that Team RBG at this very moment is working on. We got comrades right now in committees. It's probably a meeting right now of a committee, you know what I'm saying, that we don't know nothing about, but that's the whole process. Team RBG is broken down into committees. You know what I'm saying? There's a skills assessment that we have to assess you in, to find out what committee best fits you so you can do the work. So if you in the agriculture committee, you don't know what's happening in the economic committee. You know what I'm saying? Because all you doing the best work in your agriculture. So we pretty much structure like that, man. But you know, one of the projects that we did, you know, that we accomplished, and Baba Oba, remind me, we were like, was it 4 months in? We did the mixtape, you know.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was about what, 4 months in, you know, because Team RBG is only about 8 to 7 months old. You know what I'm saying? This is a new thing that brothers came together, and in this 7 and 8 months, we managed to save a bank account, which is dues paying members. This is a dues paying organization. Let me say that we pay our dues here. We know that no nation is going to rise above economics. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely focus on our economics. So this, you know, coming into this, you know, expect to pay dues. You know what I'm saying? This is a dues paying organization, and in that process, we was able to put together RBG Gumbo, man. Something I work out to every day. You know what I'm saying? Something I eat my cereal to. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I'm, you know, RBG Gumbo is my theme song. You know, when I leave the house, I got a theme song playing back. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me tell you about this blade. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just hear the beat as I'm walking down the street, man. I'm the baddest brother in Buffalo. I'm telling you, with RBG Gumbo, man. If y'all ain't got that workout album, man, y'all fucking up, man. I'm telling you, your life is boring. You don't have nothing. If you don't have RBG,
Stick yourself, Tony.
Life is
Stick
boring,
yourself.
man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying this to hype it up, because I'm not part of the music. You know, I don't do music. I don't rap. You're not gonna get a bar out of me, but I know enough to know that, man, if you ain't eating gumbo, if you're not eating this RBG Gumbo, you are malnutritious. For real.
Say it again, brother.
For real. If you're not eating this RBG Gumbo, you are malnutritious. You need some gumbo in your life. So, you know, I'm glad to say that this is, you know, this is what we about to talk about. We about to talk about that gumbo, man. Get that gumbo album, teamrbg.com, $25 a pop. Come on, get it. There's 3 albums, right?
Yeah.
Red,
Tell them.
black, and green, right?
Yeah.
And you need all of them. You need all of them to get a full course meal. Let me say that.
Yeah.
So they ain't no, I just want to get the red album, right? And ain't no, I just want to get the green album. Or let me just bootleg the black album. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying you need the full course meal to understand where Team RBG coming from. So I'm gonna just shut up. I'm gonna just let the brothers who put this together, you know, give us some insight. How was this project manifest? I wasn't part of this. I didn't know y'all was gonna do this. So I don't know. Y'all teaching me.
Hey, like you said, bro, you got to get the red, the black, and the green. It's like getting gumbo without the okra, man. It ain't gonna work, bro.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gumbo if it ain't got that okra in it, man. So yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Yo, I want to shout out. You mentioned the 12-12, man. So shout out to our brother out of Kenya, man, Karanja.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right, brother Karanja.
Shout out to Karanja, man.
And Siddiqui. And brother
Siddiqui.
Yeah,
Baba Siddiqui as well.
That's right.
Yeah, so this RBG Gumbo, man, was a manifestation that's been, I would say, it's been in the works for a long time, but it came into fruition. You know, we started talking about this like maybe September to October, and we released it in December. So we only took about maybe 2 months to put this project together. So our good sister and contributing artist on the project,
Ashe,
Ife Jai,
Doctor,
this sister, yeah, Dr. J. You know what I'm saying? She put the call out because we was talking about putting out an album. She was like, "Yo, why don't y'all do a mixtape?" You know what I'm saying? To kind of get people ready while y'all before y'all do the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, bet, let's get it. You know, so man, the songs just started rolling in. We put out the call to different artists throughout the country. RBGs who putting that work in. So this ain't that people like to say this is it's conscious rap, but this ain't bubble gum and lollipops.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? This ain't tiptoeing through the tulips, like
That's
brother
right.
said.
That's
Let
right.
me tell you about this blade.
Right.
That's right.
Is they ready? Is they ready?
Listen. It is not our fault if you get pulled over by the police playing this shit. Okay, let me just give you a disclaimer. It is not our fault.
If you happen to go slap somebody palm colored, that won't be my fault.
It ain't our fault. Wait. It's what brother said. It's just edutainment.
It's just entertainment, man. I'm just, what I'm saying. That's all. That's all it is,
right.
man.
That's right. So how many tracks we got on this joint?
We got 30.
30 tracks.
30 tracks.
Yeah, man. 10 and 10. 10 and 10. And
10 songs of each tape and 3 tapes. 3 different tapes. The red tape, black tape, and green tape.
Yes, sir. So now, like, is this the first time that a mixtape such as this magnitude was put together, or has it been done before?
Well, I'll answer that real quick. It has never been done in this way. Never.
Right.
It has never been done this way in this magnitude, because we're talking nation. We're talking throughout the nation. We're talking about from the East Coast to the West Coast. We're talking about from the North to the South. We're talking about outside of this country. And all of us came together in a 2-month period and contributed to putting that music in. But it's not just music. It's life lessons. It's directions. It's guidance. It's the thing that you've been missing. Like I said before, you've been missing this for a second. And you know what I mean? I like to also bring up the aspect that, you know what I mean, MCE did a Red, Black, Green song and put it on their albums. Vengeance did a Red, Black, Green mixtape, but it was separate. But this right here is 3 put together. It's a triple album, and you only paying $25 for it? You really should be paying. We really should hit you with the Nipsey numbers and hit you with $300 for each one, because it's worth that. But you're getting the deal. $24, $25. And this thing right here is what you need to sit down and teach the children. You see they shutting down schools, right? Let them. Just give them the gumbo, explain every song to your children. We're here for that. You know what I mean? Beyond even get past what you may, they're cussing. Nah. It's not foul. It's not profane. What's profane is what's happening to us. And you got to fight the fire with the fire. So this is what we bring.
Again, fam. Say it again, fam. It's not.
You got to fight the fire with the fire and understand and overstand the language that your children are using when they're not around you outside, when they're with other children, is way worse than what we're talking about right here.
Right. That's
a fact. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 children. I got 8 grandchildren. You can't tell me that I don't know, because I do. So this is what we needed. This is just the beginning. Understand that. It was the beginning. And this is the precursor to Black State of Emergency. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ashe, man. Well said, man. That's why I love my brother Sundiata, man. You know what I'm saying? But I see my man Mike Chambers on here. Mike Chambers, man, why don't you give us an introduction? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Where you been, man? What you represent, big bro?
Shout out, Mike. What up, fam?
Brother Mike, man. He on the album too, man.
Yo, peace. Team RBG, yo, this is Mike Chambers, member of the Outlaw RBGs out of LGL. I've been knowing most of these brothers on this call now, man, for a few years. And shit, man, I just respect everything y'all doing on and off the microphone. You know what I mean? So whenever this team got put together, you know what I mean? Shit, I reached out to one of the coaches and was like, "Yo, coach, put me in." Shit.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? As far as this gumbo project, or being part of the music department, all of the MCs that's on it are extremely skilled and extremely knowledgeable. And we realize the impact and the effect positive it has had on our lives. So we wanted to return that favor, if not just to balance out all the murder music that's going on right now. And the majority of the hip hop culture is deep in blood, no gang relations. You know what I mean? But we just wanted to educate and enlighten and bring that element back. Music get a bad rap, especially black music, especially rap music. You know what I mean? So to be able to utilize it as a tool such as this, the way we have, is very, in my eyes, very important shit to me. You know what I mean? Because it introduced me to unknown worlds as a child. Hip hop introduced me to things that the schools intentionally did not speak on. You know what I mean? So I know when I hear the mixtape or when I hear the brothers separately or just in the general meetings, like you said, there's probably
But
yeah, just okay. Yeah, I thought I did. That's why I paused up. But yeah, RBG Gumbo. Right now, I could talk to my faces, but you gotta hear the music speaks for itself. And all I've been getting is positive reviews. Like you said, it's almost a track to the revolution, although the revolution will not be televised. If you get this music playing, it powers you, makes you hold your head up, it makes you stick your chest out, it makes you walk with that swag, like you said, Shango. You feel like you're the baddest brother in Buffalo.
That's right.
Through that, I got it on. I feel like I'm the baddest in Buckhead or Bankhead. It don't matter where I'm at. So,
oh man,
yeah, he was giving it up.
He was. I'm gonna add. He's got the title track on the album, and called RBG. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, boy, that track right there. When the children hear it, that's what they say.
Is a headbanger.
What?
Right. Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're following that right there, right along with it.
Yeah. Shout out to brother Stigalo up there in Rochester, man.
Yeah.
I gotta check out that track, man. He got some heat on it on his joint. So you get that Stigalo, man. He did our commercial and everything.
Yeah,
you know
Blacktivated,
man. So shout out to Stigalo, man. We love you, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep up that that work, man. Work,
up,
most definitely, brother Stiggs, man. So anything else? Let me ask. Was it easy getting the track submitted to y'all? You know, was it a moment where a brother didn't send his in, or it was just like together? You know what I'm saying? It just flowed. Was there any frustration putting this together? You know what I'm saying? Y'all make it sound like, it was just a walk in the park. Man, it had to be some type of adversity, some type of, you know what I'm saying? What was those things?
I would say the most that I would consider adversity is some of the brothers that we really wanted on didn't make this particular album. You know what I mean? But we also understand that, you know what I'm saying, you got to build it and they will come. You know what I'm saying? So in the most part, people had music already ready. And they, we put it out. Hey, everybody donate 2 tracks. Let's see, you know what I mean, put it together. And then it was actually a very enjoyable time being part of the super group or the super collective Avengers. You know what I mean? I've had experience myself. Mike Chambers had experience with putting albums together And you mean there being frustration in that. And if anybody has ever put their own album together or been around people who have, you see, oh man, I gotta get this track, getting in the studio. But the songs were coming left and right. There was a few that we were like, okay, we wish we'd have got on there. And then to close it up, Brother Obafemi was holding the secret weapon with that money and fame. You know what I'm saying, to himself, like he wasn't gonna give that up. You know what I mean? We had to kind of pull his right arm and his left leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, where's your track at? You know what I mean? And then he came with that money and that fame. We was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So
ace on your asses?
What did he? Listen, I was mad that I didn't throw into these other two songs that I had in here and there. Like, oh, I should have gave you Bust Shot to the Devil for that. You know what I mean? Man. But no, it was a very exciting time. And when we actually got 3 separate DJs as well to be on it. Your big DJ Obuya Big Nell, who's Avenger and Outlaw RBG here down in the Atlanta area. We got
Team RBG now.
And Team RBG now, right. We got DJ Get Buff from Las Vegas to do the black. And then we got Iron Man Chris Starks to do from New York up there with in Rochester with Stiggs to do the green. And the contrast fits so beautiful. You know what I mean? The red give you that that black give you that introspection, and then that green show you the future and let you know, you know what I mean, we still got that energy. And you know, like Tupac said, at a certain age, you know what I mean, they kind of beat the energy out of us through society. But what we show here is that from the age of 30 all the way up to 54, 55, we still giving you what is needed in this gumbo. And all youth, from the youngest to the oldest, you know what I mean, can benefit from hearing every track. You gotta hear it. What do you say? You gotta say the whole thing. You gotta hear the whole thing.
The whole thing. The whole thing. Can't eat one chip, man. That's I hear that.
No, and if you want to hear it, I got a radio station called Vengeance Radio, and we play the whole black, the whole red, the whole black, and the whole green when we play it, so that you can get that. You know what I'm saying? At certain times we'll just rock it all day long, just so that the people can get that feeling.
Tell them where they get on, man. Tell them where they're at.
Vengeance Radio is vengeanceradio.com. And if you have music that's in that same line, that has substance, that has skill, that has talent, that brings balance to what you don't like to hear, you send it to vengeanceradio@.com, and that's VENJAHS radio.com. But it's also vengeanceradio.com or vengeanceradio@gmail.com. Pardon me, is where you send the music. But vengeanceradio.com, you go ahead, you check it out, man, and you're gonna love what we got. But we just expanding what Team RBG is doing. But we're just doing it from the music, from the poetry, from what they call entertainment, I call infotainment. You know what I mean? And we ain't gonna distract you. We're gonna inform you and empower you. And we're not gonna influence you. We're gonna improve you so that you can influence your youth and the youth can influence the future. That's what we do on Ben.
What? No Sexy Red, man?
What? Who's that? Who's she? You know what I'm saying? Hey, did you say Sexy Red, Black, and Green? Is that what you said? I know who Sexy Red, Black, and Green is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I don't know no Sexy Red.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She don't get no play. She don't get no play in our world.
No play, right? So let me ask this, right? I'm from Buffalo. I never had gumbo before. What is gumbo, and who came up with the idea of the title RBG Gumbo? How did that just manifest? What is gumbo? Tell us here in upstate that don't get no gumbo what gumbo is. What is it?
Man, shout out to our good brother Young Gaddafi, man. You know what I'm saying? CTRBGs, man, New Haven, Connecticut. We tossed around a couple ideas, but gumbo is actually an acronym that stands for Griots Using Music Breaking Oppression. Say it again. So gumbo is an acronym that stands for griots or griots using music, breaking oppression. I had to get my Uma on, you know.
You funny. You funny.
You know, yeah, that's the acronym, man. Gumbo, you know, gumbo is a dish, tradition that comes out of Louisiana, New Orleans. It's part of that cuisine. You can also manifestation of gumbo in the Gullah Geechee.
Wait a second, brother. Wait.
You breaking up.
You breaking up. And that information is way too important.
Yes, sir.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah. Now you still coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Try going out and then coming back in.
All right.
I'll fill in real quick. Hold a second.
Please.
I'll fill in.
Please, because he was on.
Quick. Yeah, he was. Gumbo. Griots using music, breaking oppression is the acronym. Gumbo is an acronym for that. And acronyms are really the way that the Medu Neter is. You know what I mean? They give you a sign. A picture means a bunch of different things, but one letter means a bunch of different words. So for our Medu Neter here, you know what I mean? The acronym of Gumbo is griots using music, breaking oppression. You feel like you're not being oppressed, you're part of the oppression. Understand it? So we're going to break that. We're going to break your thought pattern in that. When you listen to the music from the first track, Queen Jasira, man, are you ready? Yeah,
yes,
from
right.
the door. You know what I'm saying? But gumbo is that mixture from Louisiana, is what he was saying, when you had to find some food, you know what I'm saying? And you put together different pieces. You mean some shrimp, maybe some of this, like, hey, and remember, these luxurious foods now used to be, you know what I mean, low-grade slave food. So they put all that in there, they sauce, they put all that in there, and they put their spices in there, they put their okra in there, they put their corn, their beans in there, and they put it in the pot, and they stir that pot up. And when you taste it, I mean, it's got good flavor, but it's also got the nutrition you need, you know what I mean, to get through. So it ain't just some music that's just giving you and beating you in the head. You know what I'm saying? It's giving you that thing that makes you move. It's giving you different flavors and all of that. And at the same time, it's feeding your spirit, your mind, your body, or it's just say your energy, your mentality, and your physicality. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that. Definitely. But you back on with us?
Yeah. Hi. Do I sound better now?
You sound
yes, sir.
Yes, 10 times.
All right. Yeah. I don't know what all you dropped, son, about the gumbo, but it sounded like you was hitting it on the head.
Right.
Wait, but I'm from PA and I live in Atlanta now. So
yes,
you know what I mean? I ain't let's say so I can't really, you know what I mean? I'm not qualified to really give it, but I've been hearing you say for so long that, you know what I'm saying, I would just remember what you said. But build with it.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yes,
you know, it may seem like it's a world away, but I'm from Arkansas, and of course, for those who are not geographically inclined, Arkansas is the state that's north of Louisiana. So I'm about 5 hours away from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about the culture of their food and cuisine. You know, there are connections between that cuisine, gumbo, and what you find in the Gullah Geechee corridor from Wilmington, North Carolina, down to Jacksonville, Florida. That's the Gullah Geechee corridor. And you'll see a lot of similarities in the cuisine, but gumbo is one of those dishes foods that was prepared because of that proximity to that coastal region. So you got access to the seafood and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get that from the shrimp and that type of thing. But gumbo, the word gumbo itself is actually in the French language. The word gumbo is the French word for okra. And okra is the staple one of the staple ingredients that you find in gumbo. You know what I'm saying? But the word gumbo is the French word for okra. You know what I'm saying? So just think about this now, just making these connections. The French, and we talking about New Orleans, and you know, we talking about where the Louisiana Purchase came from, and the French and all of that, and the Haitian connection and all of that, right? So you get those connections if you study some history from the Haitian Revolution, the Louisiana Purchase, and then the Louisiana Purchase being sold to the United States. But this coastal city, New Orleans, the enslaved were preparing foods, and they also got a chance to congregate in a certain area called a Congo Square. You know what I'm saying? That's where the enslaved Africans got a chance to play their drum, sell stuff out in the open in New Orleans. That happened. You know what I'm saying? And gumbo was probably one of those things that was also being utilized and eventually being sold, and became a staple dish in the cuisine from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that was that sustenance that kept a lot of our people going. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if you go watch, if y'all seen the movie Daughters of the Dust, very great movie, but it's about the Gullah Geechee moving from the sea islands to inland. You know what I'm saying? And they prepare this feast because some of the family is moving to the mainland, and some of the family is staying back on the islands. And so the people who were on those sea islands, those are the people who were retaining more of their Africanisms and were able to express that. And so they preparing, you see in the movie, they preparing this dish, you know what I'm saying, in the movie. But yeah, just want to add that.
No, Ashe, great man, great history lesson on gumbo, man. I'm hungry now, man. I can't wait to get to the South and give me some real gumbo. I'm gonna listen to the album while I'm eating my gumbo. That makes sense. But yeah, just moving forward, man. Y'all see how what it took to put this album, this mixtape together. So do us some justice and go out and get copies for the whole family. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Mentu Son, man.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, we shouted him out. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The graphics, the logo,
the bomb-ass album cover.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
That's mental.
yes.
And the hats too. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Artifacts.
Go get those hats. I'm telling you, man. Go to his website,
All
man.
that
Y'all get something
artifacts.
from that brother, man. The brother
Yes,
has been
indeed.
giving us images, artifacts for years, man. It's time that we flood them like we flood Gucci and all of those other European clothing lines, man. Go get that, man.
In the immortal words of our brother who was on this call, Son the Great, RBG no Gucci. All right.
That's right.
Yeah. RBG no Gucci.
That's right.
Yeah,
RBG no
man.
Gucci. That's right. That's one of my favorite tracks right there.
There it is.
There you go. There you go.
We don't wear no Gucci around here.
Featuring our brother, Big Rocker. Right. Shout out to Big Rocker.
That's right. Yeah, throw them RBGs up.
You see that right there. Yep.
That's right.
Official,
hey,
man.
when you see this, because you're gonna be seeing this all around town. When you see this, you see that right there. It says "Scan me." Put your phone right up to it. Get it. It'll go right to it. It'll go right to it. Get your jaw. Get your gumbo.
Let me say this, y'all. That in the next couple of months, we're gonna have a raffle that we're gonna put together. The first online Black Power RBG raffle, and you might be lucky enough to win that gumbo in that joint. Now you can't share it, you know what I'm saying, because this is only a 1-course meal. You know what I'm saying? But when you do get it, right, You know what I'm saying? Make sure you eat it all up and leave comments in our website. You know, let us know what you thought. What's your favorite track? You know, any one of them artists is eligible. You can book them, bring them to your celebrations, your I don't want to say bar mitzvah. No nigga should be having no bar mitzvah. let me say that. If you having a bar mitzvah, then you fucked up.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. If you got a celebration, a park, you know what I'm saying? If you just, you know what I'm saying, you just want to thug out, man, you know, man, you want that gumbo, man. Man, I kid you not, man. Like how is the best mixtape in 2005 not even being promoted like that, man? I'm trying to get that, man. Get that album, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything else we want to speak on the mixtape? You know
2025, baby. 2025.
I said that right?
Nah, bro.
You said 2005.
Oh,
you said 2005.
Damn, man. That must have been a good year, man.
Hey, that just means it's classic. That's all.
Yeah, that's right.
You're dealing with classic music.
That's right.
You can listen to it forever.
That's right.
Ever,
that's
ever,
right.
ever.
That's right. Yo, peace to my brother Freddie, man. I see brother Freddie down there, brother Freddie Savage. That's another one of our RBG brethrens out there. And what? He in Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
He in Arkansas, man. That's
He in the bluff too. He in the bluff.
Yeah.
Right. I seen Sister Keela, man. Peace to Sister Keela out there, man. She made a comment. Y'all see Sister Keela? That's our RBG sister, man. Baba
She
TV
does the
opened up
affirmation
with our
for
brother Jocks. You know what I'm saying? That's another RBG brother. Man, look, we thick out this motherfucker, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. You be careful what you say about RBG, man, because it could be a member standing right next to you, man. I'm trying to tell you, you be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? It better be all good shit, man. All good shit, man. Because I'm telling you, man, you know, we for the smoke, man. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying?
Listen to Gumbo, you gonna know.
That's right. And don't let us be full on gumbo. Don't let us be full on gumbo. Nah, man.
I'm gonna say this, that RBG never died. It was dormant, but it never died. And for all those individuals who have claimed that it was dead, that it was, you know, it was no more, that's a falsehood. That's an assumption. That's something that's a misnomer.
That's right.
Team RBG has changed the complexion of the entire RBG movement. So
that's right.
No, it's far from dead. It's alive and it's well. And matter of fact, it's actually making a renaissance.
That's right.
So this is a whole new phase now. And,
that's right.
You know, we're about to work in the business of the liberation and salvation, as well as sovereignty, most importantly, of African people.
That's right. That's right. Let me say this, Bobby, to Veggie back, because you know none of us do piggies. You know what I'm saying? But let's Veggie back off of what he said. You know, Team RBG is the first RBG group to give structure, right? Mission statement. We define what RBG means. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit us up on, you know, on Facebook, man. All of that is up there, man. We define what RBG means. We define the 9 areas of racism given to us by our ancestor, our elders, Neely Fuller and Sister
Francis Cresswell.
Francis Cresswell.
Yes, sir. Francis Cresswell's a mind fart, right? So what I'm saying is when you get into Team RBG, there's going to be some studying to do, right? This is not just no glorified. I pick up the flag. I heard a couple of Khaled Muhammad albums and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? For the first time ever, man, there's going to be a course, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to have to go through to understand what Pan-Africanism is, right? This ain't no bumper sticker movement anymore where, you know, brothers who can't speak for nobody, nobody know them, you know what I'm saying, and work having been put in. All of that is over with right now. I'm lucky enough to be around brothers whom I saw online for years putting in the work. You know, Brother Oba down there in Arkansas feeding people, man. I seen that. You know what I'm saying? So the thought process was, what if we can bring all of this together? You know what I'm saying? For the first time, people all over like gumbo, you know, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Put it in one pot and come up with some missions, some solutions. You know what I'm saying? Developing economics, man. This is, yo, like Son said, man, this is stocks. And if you're not into this early, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna miss something big, man. You know what I'm saying? If you miss the RBG gumbo, you know what I'm saying, you already didn't miss a Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You did already miss the Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that it don't stop with the Bitcoin. It don't stop there, man. We on the move, man. Hold on real quick. So, you know, I just want to emphasize that coming into Team RBG is not anything like you would expect. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared to unexpect the unexpected, so to speak, right? You know who you is, you know what I'm saying? Because when we get together, man, this is a family. Like, you know, we don't treat this like just business as usual, or, you know, oh, that's just a comrade. You know, we don't know nothing. Nah, we don't move like that. Everybody, it's important for everybody within Team RBG to know each other, to have some type of good rapport. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I just hit my brother up, Patah, what, a month ago for $5 and shit. Man, I needed $5. You know, my brother gave it to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need simple shit like that, man. And it's the vibe that Team RBG is bringing, man. Where, you know, we don't, you know, there's a phrase that say, no man will cross this line by themselves, man. All of us gonna get through that finish line. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we just want to bring that good vibe, man. And if you got good intentions, you know, you've been working for a minute, you know what I'm saying? You've been working in your community. Why not get organized? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, in fact, you know, you'll be doing yourself a disservice to be doing all that work and not being organized with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the energy that Team RBG bringing, not just music, but boots on the ground, because I don't do music. And if it was just about music, I wouldn't be in a group, because I can't write, I can't rap, I'm the best listener. You know what I'm saying? I can listen better than any one of y'all motherfuckers, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I play my position, and in Team RBG, you're expected to play your position, man. You know what I'm saying? So just moving on, man. Anybody else want to say anything on the album? You know what I'm saying?
I think somebody should speak on what's coming up, though, and you know what I mean, because this was to get your taste buds.
That's right.
Get you. But we got something else coming up. You know what I'm saying? In August that somebody needs to speak on.
I say this about the gumbo before we transition to the other one project, man. Like you said, there's 30 total songs with 10 on each particular mix, and we had different DJs to do that, right? But you know, with different producers and all of that, so sonically, like, it's not like it's one particular sound. You know what I'm saying? Because you got flavor from we got flavor from the West Coast, from Cali to Arizona, you know, San Diego, from LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got that flavor on there. You know what I'm saying? But we got flavor coming out of the ATL. You know what I'm saying? We got flavor coming out of New York, out of Memphis, out of Houston, Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ohio. Like, we got flavors from all over, man. And
Connecticut.
Connecticut, man. Like, you know, to put all of those different flavors together was, I think the gumbo is having that homogeneous consciousness. The content is on the same page. That's the flavor that brings it all together. You know what I'm saying? But the sounds you're gonna hear is, you know, it's kind of you're gonna get a dab of this, you're gonna get a dab of that. But when you hear it all together, you know what I'm saying, it's like, man, like, this is. I've heard plenty of people say, like, man, I ain't skip nothing on here. And I'm saying that as an artist on here, but I'm also listening as a fan, because for most of the people who are on here, like I'm a fan of their music as well. So even though I make music, like I enjoy listening to other people's art and appreciate other people's art, man. And this was, I'm like, yo, we got some serious heat over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some brothers and sisters out here that's making some awesome, amazing music, and we don't have to be demeaning, degrading, or vulgar to get the message across. You know what I'm saying? So I can, you know, I don't mind. I can listen to this with my children. Like son said, like, you know, you can listen to this with your children. You can listen to this with your family and not walk away feeling like, oh my God, they said that. Like, no, we can break it all down. You know what I'm saying? We can, like you said, you can teach from it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a tool that we can
Brother
use.
Kofi says that too. Brother Kofi Passé, he does he's doing he did a whole grouping of us, but he had said that it was like and check him out.
Yes, sir.
Warrior Scholars. Yes, Scholars. You mean a lot of us are on there. He's interviewing, his questions is amazing. But he had said that these are like different institutions. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to each institution when you're listening to them. So you know what I mean? Make sure that you take your time and do that. Don't rush through it. I mean, you can clean the house and wash the car and all that. It's nice outside listening to it, but make sure you spend that time really getting into it, because each lyric, each bar has got something in it that could save your life.
Save your life. That's right.
I wanted to add one thing, because it's really, really important. I think that the listeners and the viewers understand that the RBG movement is more than just the music.
That's right.
The music is the soundtrack of the work that brothers and sisters are doing every day. It is the true soundtrack of it. It's the soundtrack of our lives. It's the soundtrack of the condition that we find ourselves in as African people. But it is not the it's not the work in itself. It goes hand in hand with the work that needs to be done. So, I mean, for those of us who were involved with the Gumbo Mixtape Project, a lot of talented brothers and sisters were on this project. But these brothers and sisters who happen to be gifted in the art of emceeing are more than just MCs. They're activists. They're revolutionaries. They're evolutionaries. They're retributionaries. Historians who are working in the best interest. Yeah, thank you, Baba. In the best interest of African people, men, women, and children. So I really want that to be known, because I think that one of the bad raps about the RBG movement is, y'all just a bunch of brothers and sisters who, get on the microphone, rap about, what's going on in our community. Y'all, just basically are just artists. And art is just one of the aspects of this movement, but it is not the work, and it is not the movement as a whole. So I really just, wanted to clarify that for the listening audience and the viewership.
Shay, well said, Baba. Well said, man. That's why we love Baba, man. Baba is reason. Baba is clarification, man. Like, we need people, we got a good structure here, as you can see, man. You know what I mean? 7 months building with these brothers, man. I can't wait for a lifetime. You know what I mean? But is there anything else we want to speak on this album, man? We can talk about this album 3 hours from now. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything we miss? Let me say this, that, we're a group, and every other group, we take donations, right? So if y'all want to donate to Team RBG, we have a Cash App. Team what's the Cash App?
$ Team RBG.
That's right, $ Team RBG. If you want to just give us $1,
those are donations.
Donations. That's right.
Yeah. You mean because you got to do something to make
That's
this
right.
nation. And
That's
trust
right.
me, right now, y'all
right.
want this nation. Y'all
That's
need.
right.
We
That's
need
right.
this nation. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
And
So you need
that's
it.
right.
You know what I mean?
And if you have to ask, you know, we got a lot of propaganda, a lot of paperwork we put together that, you know, in the near future we'd love to get copies to. So, you know, Twos and Fuse will help in that effort to print out our 1212 pamphlets, print out our mission statements, and start, you know, distributing them in the community. And that's only if you feel like what we have to offer is valuable. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be bully anybody into investing, because that's all you be doing is investing in us, you know, into an ideology that you don't feel warm. So if you don't feel bad, you don't feel like, man, just be good. You know what I'm saying? But if you love what we doing, if you love this energy, the RBG Gumbo album, man, yo, man, kick it in, man. You know, it won't hurt. You know, we spent more of that on toilet paper, you know, in a month. So, you know, give us one of your toilet paper money if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So you just had to kick that in. Team RBG, that's all together. Team RBG, money sign Team RBG, you know. Give us the Twos and Fuse if you can. That's all we asking. You know what I'm saying? But anything else on the RBG Gumbo, because I kind of want to kick in and just give a little insight on these committees we put together, you know, how it's important to have committees, and because this is where the work at, right?
Right.
You know, we talked about, you know, the hip hop thing, and that's what people used to, right? They're not used to this work. You know, they're not used to actually, you know, planning groups and executing, right? So, you know, if we could just speak on, you know, go ahead.
To answer your question, though, before we do go on to that,
Yes, sir.
give the brothers an opportunity, because I'm not an artist. I'm a retired MC, but I love hip hop to the fullest.
Coming out of
But to give
retirement
the
soon.
brothers an opportunity to talk about our next project, which we are currently working on, which is entitled Black State of Emergency, give you know, opportunity for my good brother Mike Chambers, brother Obafemi, and Son the Great to talk about that, because we're very, very excited about, you know, the project that we're, you know, the new project that we are currently working on, and just as much as we were and still are excited about RBG Gumbo.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe. So more fire.
More fire.
More fire.
Yeah, man. The Black State of Emergency, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, like I heard you mention the 1212 initiative. So
yes, sir.
We trying to connect everything Team RBG. So this Black State of Emergency, the title alone should tell you what it's about. It's the Black State of Emergency, right? And you heard Son talk about the do nations. You know what I mean? And due to the current statements of reissuing segregation, you should understand the importance of do nation and the Black State of Emergency. Each song, there's going to be 12 songs on it, and we're talking about everything from unity to mental illness to revolution to identity, death, identity crisis to human trafficking. Man, from a military viewpoint, you know what I'm saying? 12 songs, 12 pillars of the Black community. Each one will be centered and directed. You know what I'm saying? That cause. Like our brother Kofi said, each song is going to be an institution. Son the Great already went in and got it started with the revolution song that he spearheaded, and just the response from that. If that's an indication of how the other 11 songs is going to be, it's going to be something incredible. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Black State of Emergency, 12 songs. The title says it all, man.
Yes, sir.
And we are incorporating most of the same MCs who submitted songs for the mixtape.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? 3 MCs per song. You know what I mean?
Ashe.
And like I said, with the state of hip hop now, that's also at a black state of emergency. Because every time you turn on the news, a quote unquote another rapper has been killed by another rapper, or these beefs and these crews. And so we are showing the importance. I don't think, other than the self-destruction, and we're all in the same game, and those were just collaboration songs. I don't think at any time has this many separate MCs came together with the intention of showing unity and solidarity, and in the name of African liberation. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, that's one of the things that our black state of emergency is about. So,
Yes, sir.
I'll let my brothers, Obafemi and Son the Great, speak on it more.
Most definitely. Well, let me say this just to, interlude. Like RBG is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We're not taking. You can't take our hip hop out of RBG. Simply because of our father, Ascari X. You know what I'm saying? Dead Prez. Shout out to Dead Prez. Who's been
Lumumba
holding
Carson,
mantra.
X-Clan, Professor X.
Zaid, who's the current one that's holding it down.
That's
What I'm
right,
saying?
Outlaw
Like, shout out
RBG.
to all of them.
Public Enemy. Yep.
Chuck D.
Public
You
Enemy.
can't leave out Chuck D. You can't
Chuck
leave out
D.
KRS One. You
Yes,
can't
man.
leave out
I'm talking
Wise
about even the new
Intelligent,
ones,
Brand
like the
Nubian. There's
Tahar
so many
RBG.
of them.
Like the Tahar RBGs, even the current ones.
Yes.
Just the family itself that has been either for years or either now keeping this message alive, right? So, understand this, that RBG is hip hop. It's revolutionary but gangster. You know what I'm saying? So this comes with a whole swag. So this is why we can do 2 to 3 hours on the music alone. You know what I'm saying? On the music alone, because that's something that we all have in common, is that we love this music, man. We might not agree on anything, man. We might not agree on the same dishes, but we gonna listen to the same music, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to emphasize that, music and RBG is married. It's one. Like I said, man, these brothers give me a theme song every time they come out with another Red, Black, and Green song, man. I'm playing that shit loud, man. Burpee time, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to emphasize that, man. And let me say, shout out to Baba Seville, man. Baba Seville up there in New York City, man. Baba Seville is one of the one who brought me in. Natural Tahuti, who was an RBG member, man. Keep your head strong, man. He's been locked up for years. Nobody say his name, but he was definitely an RBG brother, man. We want to definitely commemorate him, and keep your head up, man. You still alive, bro. You still alive. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to just make sure I have the time to, pay homage, because these are the people that came before me. And I think that's what Team RBG is about too, is, definitely recognition, homage, as we, develop this mixtape. We didn't forget about those who came before us, who was, in fact, that's where the inspiration comes from. You know what I'm saying? So, we just put it in proper context. We don't want to be the group that be like, yo, we stealing stuff from people. Nah, man, we get it from you. We're going to give you homage. We're going to give you your all due praise. We ain't come up with those, 9 areas of racism, you know what I'm saying? But we can utilize that. And in doing so, we give homage and commemoration to those who gave it to us. If I said that right, you know what I'm saying? But
definitely. We give them machetes. We give them machetes because you get flowers when you're dead.
That's
but
right.
we're in the midst of the war, so we're gonna give you your machetes. We're gonna use them. You know what I mean? You got 2 arms. You know what I'm saying? When they run out of bullets, you can still swing and chop. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and to build off, remember the Panthers, when they went out to meetings, they used to get groups and people to come play music because they knew the music was going to draw the people.
That's
in.
right. That's right. Panther parties.
And we did right exactly. And we dealing with proper propaganda. Propaganda. Propaganda is 1/3 of the machine in war. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
We holding the proper propaganda up. And it's a 24/7 situation because you see what's going on in front of your screen, you see what's coming in your ears, you see what they're happening. We are the opposite of that. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
We are the superheroes. You know what I mean?
Sir.
Against the monsters that are attacking our culture, our people, our thought pattern. You know what I'm saying? And it's a not today, colonize the day. And you know what I'm saying? We will put foot in the ass.
And that's right.
Vocally,
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Energetically wise, and whatever else you want to go.
That's
like
right.
You said.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We like to smoke. You see me with the tree in my hand, though I want all the smoke, know exactly who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Bunchy Carter, man. Bunchy Carter is a legend, you know, out there in San Francisco. He was a Black Panther Party, one of the baddest Black Panthers that ever did it, man. You know, was killed out there in on the campus, the LA campus. I forget one of them joints, but you know what I mean. But you know, a son just remind me of Brother Bunchy, you know, because they used to have those Panther parties, and in the middle of the music, they'd turn the music off. Bunchy get on the, you know, he'd get on the table and start rapping about some history, and you know, the next day they had 20 to 30 Panthers signing up, right? You know, so you know, so I think what Son's saying, it ain't what you do, is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you can reflect the art within the movement, you got him, man. You got him, man.
H-Rap Brown. H-Rap Brown.
Ashe. That's right, man. See, we're talking about we on the heels of our elders, man. Not too many groups out here mention the elders whom they were influenced. They give you the impression that they did all of this, they did it. Nah, man, we pay honor to ours. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
free Imam Jamil Al-Amin, man. Free Imam Jamil Al-Amin, H-Rap Brown. You know what I'm saying? Brother been locked up 25 years, dealing with some, you know what I'm saying, some serious health issues right now. From my understanding, they done moved him back to South Carolina, I think now. H-Rap Brown, shout out RIP to Baba Bilal, Sunni Ali. But yeah, for many, many years, he was with the IJN network out here in Atlanta. And I actually wrote a song called H-Rap Brown for that committee and to help spread awareness of his situation. You know what I mean? They wanted a song for the, you know what I mean, for the cause. So I was actually fortunate enough to pen them lyrics, man, and perform it at different places with them. So yeah, man, the elders, the history, the Black Panthers, the movement, like that's what Team RBG is reuniting, man, and reigniting. You know what I'm saying? That fight with the music, man. So all those different elders and organizations influenced us.
Yes,
so
sir.
We putting some of their information into the pot of gumbo as well to help feed us.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Keep the legacy going, man. That's right.
Indeed. But yeah, man, free H-Rap Brown, man.
Free H-Rap Brown, man. Free H-Rap Brown. Ashe. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, man. Jamil Al-Amin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jamil Al-Amin. You know, H-Rap Brown, one of the baddest brothers that did to do it, man. He used to, you know, I heard H-Rap Brown used to tell you once, and you know, if you ain't get it done, he had a crew to come and tell you what to not even talk. Let's just say that it wasn't no talking after the next crew. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro, I'm gonna say this: when he did relocate to Atlanta, he cleaned up some dirty neighborhoods and some dirty parks.
That's right. A couple crack houses got burned down. Yes, right.
You know what I mean? He did open up some grocery stores. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
You know, that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
That's right. Ashe.
Community building.
Ashe. Anything else on the music, man, we want to touch on before we shift gears into, like, you know, one of our last topics, which is the the committees. We just want to speak on the committees a little bit.
Free Kamal Siddiq.
Before we go on the committees, let me point out that for people that are listening, if you've noticed, we haven't been just sitting there talking. Like every time one of us open our mouth, you learn something. Everybody that's a part of Team RBG are not just part of Team RBG just to be it. They're part of it because they have something to contribute. And if you just sit there and listen, the brother just gave you damn near the whole story of H-Rap Brown. Before that, Obafemi just gave you history of the gumbo. Before that, you heard Sundiata give you a lot of history. Each one of us contribute in the way that we can. They're not just entertainers. Like I'm a hand model for the organization, but outside of that, family, we all contribute the ways that we can. And it's not about just coming into Team RBG or it's gonna be cool. And I kid you not, if you knew the hook to the song H-Rap Brown that Mike Chambers did, that hook alone would send a chill up your spine. Like if you knew the hook to it, I wish I could remember a hook. I would sing it to you, but I don't get paid for singing, so I'm not gonna do that. The point is this, family. The point is this. Team RBG, if you've just been sitting here listening, you'll see that everybody that opened their mouth showed you nothing but black excellence. They showed you intelligence. They showed you the history. They show you that we're not just talking about 2025, what we're doing. We're taking you back to the beginning. Shango spoke earlier about Marcus Garvey. Look at how we're taking you way back in history, and we're showing you we're not doing what we're doing in 25. We're continuing the legacy of H-Rap Brown. They got the brother Jamil Alameen locked down, but we're continuing his work. The brother Mike Chambers is keeping his name alive in the music. He hit me with the song, and now I'm compelled to go and learn more about him. And it's sad, but you know, you learn so much from the people you're around. I'll end by saying this, family. If you're around people that you can't learn from, you shouldn't be around them. Everybody in Team RBG, I learned from. Everybody I learned from. So naturally, I'm going to desire to be around them a lot more. Peace.
Vice versa. Yes.
Hey, man. Well said, man. Well said, man. You know, he said, leave your ego out the door, man. Leave the ego out at the door, man. You know what I mean? Because this is unadulterated unity right here, man. You know what I'm saying? And we don't play with it, man. We not playing with it. You know, we definitely take membership serious. We take brotherhood, sisterhood serious. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like any other tribe, you know what I'm saying, that wants to be taken serious, you know, we got to stand on this, you know what I mean? But anybody else on the music tip, anybody else want to say something, you know what I'm saying? Wrapping up the music thing, you know, anybody?
Nah, just be on the lookout for Black State of Emergency.
Black State of Emergency,
and probably in August, we're looking at targeting August for the release of the project. Just look out for it and just continue to support you know, RBG Gumbo. Available now once again at www.teambg.com. You see the stickers up, you know, you see the QR code, take you right there to you know, purchasing RBG Gumbo, which is, you know, the hottest mixtape project on the streets right now. So definitely.
And it's all original music. It's original music.
All original music.
We're not rapping over somebody else's tracks. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem doing that. I understand that. So when you hear mixtape, you might think it's somebody else. But this is really original music, and we're creating new original music for Black State of Emergency.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Come get this originality. Come get this authenticity. You mean? Something that's missing everywhere, right?
That's right. Let me say this, Baba Oba. I love that flag behind you, man. I love that flag behind you. You know that you know that motherfucker just popped when he put that shit on the big screen.
His. Yeah. Obawajumi. Obawajumi. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, when he put that on the big screen, man, that joint, man, look, man, you know, and let me say something about our logo, man. Our logo was put together once again by our brother Mental Son right there, man. And, you know, you don't jack this logo. This logo ain't for the public. It ain't like you can wear Black Panther. Nah, this ain't, you got to earn this one. When you see any brother with this logo right here, they earned it or they set tripping straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't play with our logo, man. We not pimping it out to get money. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna buy this unless you connected to this, right? So you see our beautiful logo, man. This is global. I mean, to the point where we got like 5 members from the continent already. You know what I'm saying? We got a brother coming in from Jamaica. You know, we had a relationship with Brazil RBGs or people who fly that flag, right? So we everywhere, man. We global, man. Y'all see it, man. We're global. And to get that patch, man, it's just like any other what you call badge, that you have to earn. Man, you got to earn that, man. So this ain't just, we don't give this away, man. By no means, we're not giving this away. So, if you can see, if you're curious about the logo that's behind us, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's our imagery. You see that's connected to the team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't built to have that.
I mean, we don't cheapen our emblem. We don't water it down. We don't cheapen it. Is my thing is that you are a representative of Team RBG in any and all things that you do. You're held accountable for this organization. So we're with pride. We're with dignity. We're with respect. We're with honor. You're representing something that is great. In any and everything that you do, because we're not always together. We're in our different locales, our different cities and towns, but I always carry myself with dignity and respect, as all African men and women should, in anything that I do. So Team RBG is a part of me, and it's also in me. So I gotta represent it to the fullest, 24/7, 365. This is something I don't play with. Like we have our saying in Team RBG, this ain't for no play. So, this is something that we're damn sure serious about, and we live. This is a lifestyle. This is something that is just as natural as us breathing. So, Team RBG is something that, we have a lot of respect and appreciation for. So for people who are interested in learning more about Team RBG and people who are interested in becoming potential future candidates and members of Team RBG, you too have to rep it that way. And if you are interested, you can contact us at teamredblackgreen@gmail.com. That's teamredblackgreen@gmail.com. And we will definitely get back with you in a very, very timely and expedient fashion, so that you can, learn more and really make an informed decision. As Baba Bata said earlier, you should not join an organization unless you know about that organization. And one of the first things you start off with is our mission statement. And our mission statement gives you a clear vision of where we're striving to go. And then our mission statement leads into our vision statement. A vision of what we see Team RBG effectively helping to create and build along with other Pan-African nationalist organizations. So, Team RBG isn't the only one that exists. And I'll lead by saying this. I'll land my plane by saying this. We also have to recognize that we're not in this thing alone. But if Team RBG or no other Pan-African nationalist organization out there fits your needs, as Baba Kwame Ture famously said, continue to organize. If you can't find an organization that meets your needs or suits the needs that you have, create your own. But we have to continue to organize because that's the only way we're going to win.
Shay.
Shay. Yes, sir.
So
let's talk about what's going down in them committees, though. Let's talk about the committees for real, because that's the excitement.
Yeah, that's the work. That's the work. You know, that's the unglamorous, unpopular work that needs to be done. You know, because it's really about the work. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, even in our music and entertainment committee, you know, which was conceived and came up with RBG Gumbo and now Black State of Emergency. That's work, man. That's work. You know, that's putting together ideas and thoughts and different things that we want to express. It's coming together with our other committees, our economic, treasury, and finance department and stuff like that. All the committees have to work together at some point to produce the type of things that we want to see that creates the change that we want to see in the world as African people. So we have to work together in committees to do that. And if not, no work is going to get done. This is not the type of organization, as Brother Obafemi said, you fill out an application and you're in. It ain't that type of party. You have to go through a process. You got to go through a process. You got to, you have to be vetted into this organization. And once you vetted into the organization, then the work begins. And you have to be a part of a committee, not just, in name, but you have to contribute ideas and thoughts and certain things in order to make that committee roll, and we have multiple committees and things of that nature, that you'll learn about once you, officially come in to Team RBG and you are official member of Team RBG and things of that nature. But it's work, man. It's a grind. I'm on several different committees myself, but I love the work that I do. I really do feel that me being a part of the committees I'm a part of, I'm making a difference. And I'm striving to create that change that we as African people want to see in the world, So, I mean, that's where it's at.
Indeed. Yeah, and if I may add a little something, how the committees came about is from the beginning. We talking about community living and nation building. So they are different aspects of the community. You know what I mean? They are different individuals that make up communities. They are different individuals that make up cities, if you get what I'm saying. Meaning we needed everybody. We got to have an agricultural committee. We got to have the health committee, said the finances, any and everything that consists of nation building. You know what I mean? Just all areas of life. We got people in all areas of life. So we need to be discussing all these areas when it comes to the state of Black people.
Truth.
Look, man, we got all right. So we see a trend of our GoFundMe's when it's time to bury someone. So we have a committee where we are discussing our life insurance and insurance policies, and what I'm saying, different things like you name it. We trying to get a committee to build on that, because this is for the future. Even if we don't get to see the majority of it come to be. Hopefully, this will be a blueprint for the children, for the Black children, for the you know what I mean, for the African children, because we notice a lot of countries might have 50-year plans, 100-year plans, 150-year plans. Unfortunately, the Black man has been discombobulated to the point where he ain't really been thinking about no kind of planning. You know what I mean? He's been in straight survival mode.
That's right.
You know, trying to figure out where the next meal gonna come from. How can I keep my lights on? How can I feed my blase? So when you come from that state and a community of that and a neighborhood of that, it's hard to focus. Shout out to General Can Do, Victor Huey Houston, one of the original Black Panther members. He was telling me one of the reasons why the Black Panthers set up the free lunch program, because the children were going to school hungry, and it's hard to tell you what 1 apple plus 1 apple is when the children is thinking about eating the apples.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he was saying how they would get the food donated from different restaurants or different grocery stores. They would find a church close by the school and open that up for breakfast for the children in the morning, right? And once again, I'm saying that to say, to come from a people always in a dire need can be very stressful. So you're not in the right headspace or brain. They call the YNs. They ain't even thinking about a future, bro. They're not even making it past 25. So I know if they knew that there was something waiting for them, and they ain't trying to sound like, you know what I'm saying, no heaven in the sky, you're gonna get your paradise when you die. No, I'm talking about heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully, righteously.
Right on.
You know, so the committees is speaking of all the areas that we love and we hope to heal in and build in to provide a greater future for all the children of Africa, whether they're in Africa, America, or across the diaspora. You know what I mean? And I appreciate the brothers, because all of us know that this isn't going to happen in 1 week, in 2 weeks. Just keeping the patience, keeping the frustration level down, and knowing that shit, man, this is lifetime work. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Most definitely. Yeah, y'all gotta excuse me. My phone died, and it just, it took a minute to get back on. So, I'm trying to get on page.
You on mute?
Nah. He live. I hear Shango. Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Yeah, I was just saying that, my apology, man. My phone died. It took me a minute to try to get back on, and I'm just trying to pick up where we at in the conversation. I don't want to steer the conversation in a direction that, we comfortable with right now. So, I just want to know what we're talking about.
We was talking about the committees, man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Briefly touching on them.
Yes, sir.
Oba Wajumi was on.
Okay.
Just giving a little, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, we're just talking about the areas. Like I was saying, Black communities consist of a lot of different things, and during these conversations that we have on our general meetings every Sunday,
right,
we'll give birth to a new brain child. You know what I mean? To a new idea, and a lot of times a committee will come from that, or either we know if we could place this with this committee. But it's just, once again, the structures of our communities.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
you have
yes, sir.
you have all walks of life, all types of different people. So making sure we covering it all.
That's right. So let me say this, that one of the committees that we do have is a media committee, and that's future shows to be coming out, Team RBG, podcasting, things of that sort. Because you got to imagine, as we go along and we start organizing people will come in with these talents. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you can only expect that, from this day on, you know what I'm saying, that we can only get better, you know what I'm saying, with the organizing and the recruiting we doing, because we looking for talent, we looking for people who can carry that voice, like he said, to the next generation and be effective at it. We don't want to be no old heads that just be talking shit and not being able to provide some substance, you know what I'm saying, for the what we call the YNs coming up, you know what I'm saying? Because, let's be real, all of us on here was a YN, you know what I'm saying? So, we got experience.
We might have been, yeah.
Go ahead, what you said, big bro?
No, we might have been the first YNs.
That's what
the reason why I say that, because I remember the first time one of my peers came up to me. He was like, "Yo, what up, my ninja?" And I was like, "What? Boy, what you just called me?" He was like, "No, man, that's the new word, man. That's why that's what everybody's saying now." And I'm like, how the hell is everybody saying that, bro?
Right.
Like, really?
Right.
And here it is. Everybody saying it. Everybody saying it. You ain't even no ninja, but you ain't even won. You won now.
Right. That comes with a mindset,
man. We were the first ones. We were.
However we look at it, it comes with a mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people embrace the ideology or, the emphasis of being, you know what I'm saying, a YN, or even in a nigga. Charleston White got a whole movement, you know what I'm saying, with the nigga movement. You know what I'm saying? He got more followers than us. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you, where we at as a people. You know what I'm saying? But, I got to remind us, especially for our 5%ers out here, Elijah Muhammad told us we the 5% that knows the truth. You know what I'm saying? They know that the devil was a lie, and the 10% and the 85% is just playing with each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? We can see the game. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important. That's why y'all should be blessed to be woke. Because any given one of us, any given time, we could have been a pastor to a fucking church.
Yeah. My mother and father both ordained ministers. It's in my blood. It's what I was supposed to do. But I cuss and smoke weed too much. So,
Come on.
But I mean, in regards of what it is that we were all building on before,
right?
You have a niche in your life. You have a gift in your life that you can do. And one of the committees that we have will suit and fit your gift.
That's right.
And here's the other thing: if it doesn't, we'll create one because you're not the only one with that gift, and we need that too. You know what I mean? We got economics, we got media, like Brother Shango said. We got 12-12. We got holistic health.
Yeah.
This is the thing that people be forgetting about.
Yeah.
You mean that 10th aspect is the health.
Yeah.
And that holistic health is a full, complete package of what it is that, we need to do. Brother Owajumi is the chair of that. And, every day there's something new and new information that you can get and incorporate and apply to what you need to do for you to live healthier mentally, physically, emotionally, and because we all dealing with the trauma.
Right.
We all dealing with the trauma and we acting like we ain't traumatized. You know what I'm saying? But we take that trauma, we take that trauma and we take that friction and we mold it into what it needs to be. You know what I mean? the organizing of these particular committees, and and there's many more, that like I said, you got to come and just peep what the committees are, peep what it is, and we're gonna be ORBG, LRBG gonna be in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Boots to the ground, handing out information and looking for them recruits, looking for them people who want to, want to get involved in something. And no, you're not Team RBG yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like your little internship. You know what I mean? Right. You know what it is when you went to school, you got an intern. Well, come intern with us. We're looking for the people who can build with other people and get this information out. Plus, we're looking for security people, not in some negative, like, well, we're gonna bash heads. No, but every aspect. One of the things that they forgot to do, and have and concentrate on, in Tulsa, was to have a full-fledged security team. They had people who was dealing with it, having little malicious, but they, on an everyday situation, we need that. You know what I'm saying? If Martin spoke that calm word, they listened to that calm word because Malcolm was in the back with a bat. He was in the back with a bat. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna listen to him. You know what I'm saying? You gonna deal with me. And that's a necessity when you're dealing with people who have a power complex. You know what I mean? We are the force. You know what I'm saying? And we need to bring that in, and we do that, but we're also looking for the youth. You know what I'm saying? As the guidance, not even as your leaders. We're here to guide you. We already live, and we still alive, y'all. Y'all is dying quick. We still alive, and we're giving you a way that you can function and do something in your community for yourself, first of all, then with your family, then in the community. You know what I mean? It's going to affect the rest of the universe, all being brought back to self. That's why Team RBG is a pivotal aspect right now. And you dealing with a segregation situation. You dealing with them saying, they telling you straight out, nah, nigga, we don't want you here. But you know what? We don't want to be there anyhow. We want to be here in this nation. We want to build with each other. And that's what we doing. I mean, it's like that for real. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what you think, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I don't know. I don't get along with people. Put that out the window. Everybody has a voice, and we respect each other. So we listen to the voice, and we are dealing with emotional maturity. So that respect is there. You got to be able to hear what somebody's saying, and then take it in and be like, you know what? Maybe there's some validity to that, but this is what we can do about that. We don't stop on this argument. That's it. What can we do about it?
Well, let me say this. Me and brother Obafemi, spoke about individualism, and I think that where you headed is like where you going with is like Team RBG has killed individualism, to the point where we saying like how I feel don't matter because we got work to do, right? So it's like facts over feelings. Team RBG is facts over feelings. It's is logic over emotion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to pinpoint the issues without being biased. We got a lot of biasism in our community. What will work, what won't work. I'm not messing with you because you're doing this. You know what I'm saying? What we saying as black, as black nationalist groups, we want to adopt the things that have been working for our community, have been working for our people. You know what I'm saying? We not trying to give cyanide to our people and telling them that it's it's healthy, it's CMOS. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the aim. So I love the way that Brother Son put it, because we have developed a relationship with us where everybody's kind of considered equal. You know what I'm saying? Nobody voice is as big as the next man's voice. In fact, we utilize all of our voices to make one big voice. You know what I'm saying? And when we get to start screaming at you and shit, you know what I'm saying? You're going to feel that effect. You know what I'm saying? But Team RBG is pretty firm in their beliefs, and what we stand for. It's no tiptoeing, no flip-flopping, no toolie hooping through the tulips. We don't want to smile when shit ain't funny. You know what I mean? We don't want to bend over when it's not necessary. So, it's a whole new vibe. And it's a new vibe with an old energy, right? Because we don't forget about those who came before us. You know, in fact, we bringing that energy forth, so that way, how I experience Khalid Muhammad, the next one can experience Khalid Muhammad just as well. You know what I'm saying? So, and we going with a process with that. And I think that, you know, developing these committees was the answer and the key, you know, because now we are responsible. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, you know, one man is doing most of the work and the next man is not. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the committees, committees are, you know, meet weekly or bi-weekly, by whatever, you know, the committee decide to meet, and everybody stand on that. You know, if you miss a couple of meetings, shit, you be penalized for shit like that. So we have to have discipline, and not just Team RBG, but every organization that exists have to show a level of discipline to be taken serious. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you're not showing discipline, you're showing weakness. You know, and that allow anybody to come in, infiltrate your group, or, you know what I'm saying, or just emotions, man. Listen, I know black people have been separated for spades games. They haven't talked to each other in 21 years because this man reneged and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
a
know
fact.
what I mean? That's a fact, man. We fall out for petty shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Just man, you didn't play my number right. You know, I can't talk to you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? So Team RBG is bringing a different vibe, man. We want to work with everybody who's on the structure or who's on the foundation of, you know, Garveyism, Pan-Africanism, and just outright, Pan-African. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, man, I appreciate Bible for giving us this opportunity. You know, Bible said that this is his first time having a conglomerate of brothers, you know what I'm saying, on here kicking the ballistics. You know what I'm saying? Not bending in our conversation and standing on it and showing what, you know, black manhood look like, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? This is what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Brothers getting together and creating things that work, you know what I'm saying, and coming up with solutions instead of trying to be a superhero. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I can save the day from everybody. We don't need no, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy is gone. So, you know, I want to appreciate all my brothers for coming on and doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the floor is y'all, man. This is open right now. Anybody can say anything. You know what I mean?
I'm getting ready to jump off here, but could you put the logo up real quick and then take it down? Show the logo real quick and then take it down. All right. Yeah, you can take it down now, fam.
There you go.
So race first. So if anybody heard this podcast, know that when you see that logo, know that you're dealing with some people who have morals and principles. Know that you're dealing with morals and principles. Furthermore, I want you to understand that a couple of times they mentioned to you, this organization is for everybody, but know that we're focused on the future.
That's right.
We're not just catering to the youth. We're focusing on the future also. Anybody can join the organization. Anybody black can join the organization. I want to make that clear. I want to make this clear that we are, about our people. I don't want anybody to feel ostracized. Oh, I'm a Christian, I can't join. Oh, I'm a Muslim.
Black and heterosexual.
Say that again. Go ahead. I didn't want to say it.
Black and heterosexual.
Now that we got that out. Anybody can join the organization. You've got a sample of, you know, the diversity here. You know, you got Oba, he's in Philly. You got another Oba in Pine Bluff in Arkansas. You got the brothers
Atlanta.
Your family. We got people in Kenya. We got somebody in Ghana getting ready to join. We got a brother in Sudan. Your family, we're not just on here talking about doing for us. We're talking about us doing for us. Do you understand the difference? We're not talking about doing for us as in the organization. I'm talking about we're talking about doing for us as a people. Somebody got a lot of background noise.
Mute. There you go.
So all I want to say, family, is anybody can join the organization as long as you black, heterosexual. We're not biased. We don't hate nobody. We're about us. Our objective is to assist our people. So again, when you see that logo, know for a fact that you're dealing with somebody that's standing on principles. We all stand and live by our mission statement.
That's right.
Our mission statement guides us. And just real quick, the bottom thing you see there, that's called the Aquafina. Those two swords, that's the Aquafina. That is only for royal warriors. Everybody can't rock that.
That's right.
Everybody can't rock that. If you was a part of the Ashanti Empire, everybody didn't get that. There's only certain people that can get that. We rock that with pride. Again, you just heard a bunch of history from a bunch of different people. We're in different areas. Link up with somebody. Link up with somebody. Yo, I always encourage people to join organizations, understand the mission statement, understand what their organization about. If you feel anything you've heard here, if you want to feel comfortable, if you want to feel welcome, and all the stuff that's going on, we don't have all the solutions, but like the brother said, we can create a committee and address it. Mm-hmm. We are addressing the 9 areas of people activity. The 9 areas of people activity, we are addressing those. We didn't give you everything that we into. We didn't give you everything that we're about, but know that we're doing some things. I'll give you this and I'll ease up. Most of y'all don't know that Team RBG is in Kenya right now. The 12-12 that he was talking about with the brother Karanja. We have a curriculum. We have a curriculum in a school out there. We are teaching Black love, Black empowerment, Black love, Black empowerment, Black self. We're teaching it to children before white supremacy gets to them. Mm-hmm. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. A lot of the people in Team RBG homeschool their children because in order for, if now listen, we got to go back to Nellie Foley. If you don't understand Nellie Foley, if you don't understand white supremacy, everything else will just confuse you.
That's right.
And that is a fact.
That point.
That is a fact.
That's right.
So I'll end by saying this, family, we are about our people, period. It ain't about nothing else. It ain't about hating nobody. It ain't about chasing nobody down, punching nobody in the face. It is about us doing for us. Again, if you see this symbol, know that that's one of your brothers. Know that that's one of your sisters. You can have a conversation with them. You can ask them for guidance, for assistance. What about this? What about that?
Yep.
And just you asking us those questions or approaching us empowers us, tells us or shows us what areas we need to work on, what we need to improve, what we need to address. We were talking about the schools, the free lunch program. We getting ready to get all that popping. It's a process, though. Like the brother will tell you, we haven't been here long. We haven't been here long, but we have such a strong bond amongst us. We have such a strong bond that things are getting greater as we go along.
And we done so much.
We got the program in Kenya. You have to know that we're getting ready to put it here too. That was a test pilot. It was a test pilot. We're getting ready to move it right along. Family, we got to battle white supremacy. A lot of people are scared to acknowledge it. We're not. We're calling it out. We're attacking it. We're letting you know that, yo, we are proud to be African. We are proud to be Black. We are proud to be Black. No, I don't want to dye my hair to fit in. No, I don't want to wear skinny jeans to fit in. No, I don't want to wear Gucci to fit in. I want to be Black. I want to be proud of who I am. I want to be proud of my ancestors. Yo, with that, family, I got to run. Black power, race first.
Yes, sir. Let me say this before we go to the next one. I want to say shout out to brother Richmond. Richmond is our brother from Ghana who put together that website. So when you go to Team RBG website, know that a brother from Ghana who's part of Team RBG put that together. You know what I'm saying? That's how much moves we done made in 6 and 7 months, man. We didn't cover so much ground, man. We did in 6 to 7 months. We did so much, organizations couldn't do in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
I want to. No, go ahead, Baba.
No, I just want to basically just tell the comrades, keep up that good work, man. You know what I mean? Despite what anybody say about us or anything, man. You know what I'm saying? We on the up and up. But go ahead, Baba Oba. This is your time.
No, I mean, this is one of the last things I'll say as well. Yes. Let's give a shout out to our strong, powerful women in the organization. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
we got to show love to the women who are the women of Team RBG.
Yes.
These sisters are hardworking. These sisters are devoted. They're dedicated. They're loyal. And they have
Patricia.
We see you.
definitely shown love and support for everything that we've done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and they are some powerful sisters who are in Team RBG, and we hope to have more powerful sisters join Team RBG. This is something that is for the betterment of the whole of African men and women.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And even plans to develop something for children. You know what I'm saying? As a father, I would love for my son to be involved with, other young African Watoto. Watoto is a term, a Kiswahili term used for children, and interacting with other, children who have been born and raised, in the culture. In this line of work that we do, this liberation work that we do for African people. So, but shout out to our sisters, you know what I'm saying? Because they got to give some attention, some love. They definitely are with us. We stand with them. They stand with us. There ain't nobody behind us. Ain't nobody in front of us. We stand together as one. And we really couldn't do it without them. And we definitely know they couldn't do it without us. So we need each other. So shout out to the women of to the sisters, to the queens of Team RBG.
Great.
Can I build on that real quick? Just because Queen Akila does an affirmation, a daily affirmation for us. Right. She reads off of that and she records that and then she sends it. She's been sending it to me, and that gets played on Vengeance Radio. You know what I mean? I put it in the mix on playlist. I got a playlist right now, a Warrior John, where the one that she did for, I believe it was March 27th, I believe, or 21st. You know what I mean? I when I heard it, it just made me put a whole playlist together just to fit that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm playing that throughout the day. And if it wasn't for those types of reminders, you know what I mean? Sometimes we may fall off. Those affirmations and those readings are extremely important to get you through the garbage you got to go through. You know what I mean? So we touching on every base, and the queens, what I like to call the goddesses, you know what I mean? The empresses are that glue that holds it all together and makes it function. You know, Queen Elnora, you know what I mean? Queen Zuna, you know what I mean? Queen Chuma, you know what I mean? They got their hands in the things that in enforcement. They got their hands in the economics. Queen Amanatu, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just putting these things together, and just with those power positions and those power people, we can make things happen. You know what I mean? The brothers is doing what they doing, but we can't do none of that without them.
You know what? This would be a different show.
Yes.
Once he do the RBG Queens, you know, once all females coming up on here, it's gonna be a whole nother show. I can't wait for that, man.
I can't wait.
I'm just putting that out there, sisters. You know, I'm just putting that out there.
Come on down.
You feel me?
Come on down.
You feel me? They gonna go viral, man. I'm telling you, man, because they just got so much wisdom, man, so much experience, man. You know, like our sisters are our first teachers, man. You know what I'm saying? We were born in the womb of these man. Ain't nothing we gonna tell them. You know what I'm saying? So that was a great point, a great moment to actually bring them up, Baba Obawajumi. I appreciate you for that. You always on point with definitely making sure people get they just due. Like you said, you get your machetes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was a great point, and that's why we vibe so well, man. We make sure that everybody is not lacking. You know what I'm saying? They used to say that we black, we be lacking. We ain't lacking in shit. You know what I'm saying? We lacking. We over intoxicated in love over here. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much over here. I don't even know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But organizations have to first start out with love. We have to show love first and show that we're able to trust each other, and I know that this is an organization that organized body, you know what I'm saying, that we have tapped into. You know what I'm saying? This may not be the end all or be all, but I will say that this will be a part of that end all to be all. You know what I'm saying? Brother Mike, you want to say something? Get some last words?
Nah, bros, I'm you know what I mean? Y'all done covered it all pretty much.
I
You know what I'm saying? Like I look forward to doing more work with, you know what I'm saying, with all of you brothers. You know, I'm honored to be a team member, you know what I mean? And you know, I just look, you know what I'm saying, look forward to building, man, and learning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, seeing the positive growth from this. And you know, like we was just saying, man, shout out to all the sisters because, you know, like Pac said, we all came from a woman and got a name from a woman.
That's right.
And you know, I remember telling my son a few years ago that if you study history or you just read, the Black woman has always been a major part of our existence. If you go back to Kemet, you will see statues with the woman with the hand behind the man pushing him forward. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you have a lot of societies and systems that do not give their women that type of respect.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That type of equality. You know what I mean? Because as Brother Aoba said, you're not behind me, I'm not in front, we're side by side.
That's right.
That's right.
Balance.
That's
right. So, you know, just there you go, balance, that mayat, that right there, that is the importance of the Black woman and having her in this organization.
That's right.
With us.
You
know, but yeah, bro, that's all, man. I don't have too much, man. I just appreciate you
that was
too, Baba
powerful,
TV.
man. It's powerful, bro.
He be coming in with
Once again, if you want to get in contact with Team RBG, you can go to our website, of course, www.teamrbg.com. But if you want to directly talk with somebody in the organization, if you have any interest in becoming a member of Team RBG and you want to inquire and learn more about Team RBG, go to Team Red Black Green at gmail.com. That is Team Red Black Green at gmail.com.
That's right. Well said. And let me say this, that, you know, we still taking dues. I mean, not dues, but donations. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to give us $1 or $2, you know what I'm saying, it's right there on the screen, man. You know, and saying that, brother, son, what you got for us, man? You want to end it out? Give us some last words.
First of all, Baba, thank you for allowing us this time on your platform. We appreciate love it. I don't like to say hate. We appreciate love this right here because time and energy is very important. You know what I mean? And you didn't have to do this, but you did. Thank you. You know what I mean, to your relationship with Shango. You know what I mean. And so thank you very much. We are honored to do this. You know what I mean, and to be here. I just want to close out by saying, for me, I've come across a bunch of groups. I was born in 1971. You know what I mean? I got energy like I'm 21 though. You know what I mean? But I've come across a lot of different groups and organizations that I'm affiliated with and I'll help support. But this was the first and the only organization that I said I will dedicate my time and energy to. And I will sign up and I will go through it because I've seen what it's going to be in the future. I know and feel what it is right now. And I've been like we've said, we've known each other for years. You know what I mean? As an example, 5-6 years ago, I had one of my first videos out, and KMT Flicks put it on. You know what I mean? I put it on KMT Flicks, and I got 5,000 views on that, John, in a 6-month period. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we've been working and building with each other, and this is an honor to be able to function like this and bring the future right now in the present, honoring the past.
Ashe, man. Well said, man. Well said. Well, I guess I'm up next. Baba, you did it again, man. You cease to amaze me, man. You know what I'm saying? You help us come together. You help us put something that will last virtually forever. People 5 to 10 years from now, wherever we at in our RBG movement, can always come back and reflect. You know what I'm saying, on being the first one as a group being on Baba TV. That's revolution in itself. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank Baba, man, for allowing us the platform, for allowing us 2 hours and 25 minutes to kick the ballistics and what we had to kick. You know what I'm saying? And if I had to say anything, I will quote Malcolm. Malcolm said that we are a race of people that have done so much with so little that we are qualified to do anything with nothing. So we should shoot for the moon, because even if we miss, we'll still be amongst the stars.
Yeah.
Black power.
And with that being said, I just want to say, if I may, that Little Old Baba TV's channel, this is what it's for. It's for helping to shed awareness on things like that, and it is black first and then everybody else.
That's right.
So that's how my channel got started. And if you will allow me, I would like to take us on out of here with just a minute of that gumbo, one of them gumbo songs.
That gumbo.
And as I heard you all talking about the music and all that, it made me think about something that Dr. Khaled said, that the process of educating black people was a two-step process of education, which was information and inspiration. He said that black folks were people of rhythm, soul, and spirit. And so your job is just like a great chef. You don't throw all the right ingredients together and serve it because it's nutritious. It many times has to be garnished and dressed properly and presented properly. And that's just a quote. These are not my words. This is just me recollecting on what the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad said. So with that being said, family, I want to take us on out of here with this powerful track.
Praises to
Black
the
power.
ancestors.
Yes.
Black power.
John. Baka. Kaka.
The ancestors living in me, I feel them every day, guiding me in every way. And through the ups and downs, they keep me on track. I know they got my back. Yeah. I feel the ancestors in my bones, strength in my stride. Walking through the fire, but they're getting fortified. Wisdom in my veins, I carry the pain. Through the storm, they rise like the sun after rain. I'm the product of their struggle, every battle they fought. Standing on their shoulders, now I speak what they taught. From the fields to the streets, from the past to today, they whisper in my ear, showing me the way. I carry their dreams, I'm the voice they left behind. So, in every move I make, I'll make sure their powers intertwine. They rose from the ashes, and so do I. With the ancestors guiding me, I'm destined to fly at the blink of an eye. I reach for the sky, no reason to lie. No. With wings I apply, I feed to survive. Ancestors living in me, I feel them every day, guiding me in every way. Every way. And through the ups and downs.
RBG Gumbo.
Griots using music breaking oppression.
Smell that? It smell like that gumbo cooking up. Yeah, man, get ready for your bowl. RBG Gumbo is on the way. December 24th is going down. Get you a bowl full of that soul. You know what I'm saying? It's over for me. Arkansas RBGs, we up. Yup.